Good morning from an overcast Saltburn. Just going for a walk today, part of a recovery programme. Seems like the Air Force wanted to greet me as well by the sounds of things. Near there in the sky, some jets up there somewhere. So I was going to talk about anger today. What is anger? It's one of the emotions that we feel. It's universal. Everyone has access to it. So really this video is aimed at anybody who's having issues in dealing with anger, and that can often be a reflection of how we were taught to deal with it as children and how difficult that can be sometimes, specifically in the moment when you can feel anger rising. One of the stipulations I want to make is the difference between anger and aggression. Anger as an energy which can lead us to be more aggressive. That's a strategy we use whenever we feel like we need to overpower somebody, whether or not it's a difference of opinion or a way to do something, and that there are different ways to do things. It might not be the way that you want it done, and that might bring up some feelings. So ways to deal with it. It needs a voice. If you think about anger as that petulant child inside us, well, it's that part of us, it's that part of our ego state that when certain things happen, when we feel aggrieved, when we feel something isn't working, then we will get this signal. And if we ignore it, it'll just build up. So finding healthy ways to deal with anger and giving your anger a voice is a way of giving the child a voice. Creativity is one way to allow yourself to become more expressive and not repressive or depressive. You know, the lack of expression, increase of repression leads to depression. Doing things like this, going for a bit of a mindful walk, taking yourself out of the situation. So giving your anger a voice is one thing. The other thing that we can use to help us control the aggression side of it is breathing and connecting back to the nervous system inside us that's sending these signals up like flares. And it's good that it does that. We need that. We need it to tell us that things are happening around us that aren't really helpful, or that are telling us something about the situation. It might be about safety. It might be about other things. The other thing to consider within all this is, what support do you have to deal with this? If you've always been an angry or aggressive person, shall we say, let's use that term rather than an angry person. If you've always been an aggressive person because that was the expectation of your life, or because that's the only way you knew how to survive, then getting help with that is something that might be advisable. So another way of looking at this is control the things you can control whilst accepting the things you can't. Just think about that. How many things can you do today that are in your control? If you truly feel that your behaviour isn't acceptable, that you're driving people away that you don't want to, finding new ways to deal with this anger. What do you think? You know, just to get you thinking about your relationship with anger, because we need it. It's telling us things. How we deal with it is the difference. So we've got triggers. What's triggering your anger? You're allowed to feel anger. How do you deal with anger? The next part is learning new ways to deal with it, giving it a voice, finding a way of expressing the energy that comes with anger, finding a way to do that safely, going back and talking to people, getting support with it, working your way through things. Breathe. Breathe evenly. Breathe from the middle of the body, not from the upper part of the chest. Use the 3 and 5 technique. 3 seconds in, hold for a couple of beats, breathe out for 5. Start to take control over anger before it leads to aggression. I hope this helps. I hope it's something that you can share with other people and learn from. Don't suppress, express, and try to avoid depression, which can happen if we hold on to all that weight. So take care until next time. Listen to the birds singing away. It's late spring. There's always another day to wake up, take on the challenge and make changes. Be safe, be well.